In the summer of 2022, Pope Francis came to Canada for about a week-long trip that was apologizing for the church's role in residential schools. I was one of the journalists from Canada that joined him on this pilgrimage, as he was calling it. There was about 5 Canadian journalists on the flight, as well as press from the Vatican. And so we were flying with the Pope to each of the destinations. He went to Alberta, Quebec, and Nunavut. And we were with him the whole trip as he was making these apologies throughout the country. The first apology took place on the second day that Pope Francis arrived in Canada, and it was in Musquecheese, an area just south of Edmonton, and it is comprised of 4 First Nations. It was quite the event. When the apology actually happened, everyone was situated at the powwow grounds, and the only word that I can really use to describe it is a sense of quiet kind of fell over the community. This was something that survivors had advocated for decades, and I don't know if I can really describe to the proper extent what that apology was like for survivors to hear. But some of the imagery that sticks out in my mind as I was sitting kind of towards the back and relaying information to editors was, a sense of quiet fell over. That you could hear some tears. I watched, families embrace their cookums or their grandmothers. I watched also, just children playing around in the grass, and lots of hugging and lots of silent reflection, I think, in that moment. Myself and the other Indigenous reporter who was on the flight, Gunnessy O'Dear from CBC Indigenous, we were the ones to ask the 2 questions, and we focused on the trip itself. And so one of the questions that I had asked, or the question that I had asked is, did he consider what happened to Indigenous peoples a form of genocide? Because it was really important. A lot of survivors wanted to hear that word and have argued that that is what occurred in that time. The TRC Commission went as far as calling it cultural genocide, but a lot of survivors wanted to hear the word genocide, and that was not used during his trip. And so we asked him if what occurred, if he believed that was genocide, and he agreed with that and said that he didn't use that word at the time, but that he agreed with that. And so that was definitely a major moment in that trip. I think probably in my time, the thing that sticks out to me the most in my interaction with him.